So you probably already know this, but one of the most important things you can do in a startup is have a great marketing plan and know how to do it. Without marketing lead generation, which is what marketing is all about, you essentially are not going to have much of a business because you're not generating leads. You don't have people to actually now sell to because you haven't identified who it is that you need to sell to. That's what marketing is all about. So let me take you through the various steps of marketing at a reasonably high level, just to help you make sure that you're covering the right bases for the right reasons for your business. Let's talk about marketing. So the first lesson is, of course, you need a website, a really good website, a website that's well done, a website that has complete content, well thought out, well messaged. I'll explain that in a minute. And put together in a way that flows, that starts with the need we fulfill, explained right there on the home page, leading quickly to how you fulfill it, what products and or services you have that fulfill this need. And once you have that, and they're still on the site, you've probably got them. Then move on to pages that talk about your services, pages that highlight your products and what they're all about, leading to some form of call to action. Contact you for further information for services you perform, or put this in your shopping cart and go there and buy it. That's retail. So a website has to be really well done, and for a lot of other reasons you might not be aware of. For example, when someone learns about your company, where do you think they go to learn more about you? They go to your website. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But that's fundamentally why you need a good website. You better have great presence on the internet. So let's start talking about marketing programs now and how the website fits into them. The first step of marketing is to create awareness. Awareness that you exist, that you serve certain needs, and that you have certain products and services that fulfill those needs. And what better place to tell that than on your website? And that's, of course, what you're going to do. But an awareness campaign is going to reach out to lots of people to let them know that there's something exciting that you have they might need to know something about. Let me go into this a little bit more depth. So there are two kind of people that you're trying to reach with your awareness programs. People you know, and conversely, people you don't know. Let's talk about people you know. This is the low-hanging fruit of your business. These are people who know you, probably will go to your website, whether you encourage them or not, because they're excited about what you're doing. So in generating leads, however, you reach people you know through a couple of ways, and they're easy. One is email campaigns. What better way to do it? Email isn't dead, despite what people tell you. It's not. Do a really well thought out email campaign, well written, very informative, inviting people you know to take a look at what you now have to offer and the needs you fulfill. Now, many of the people you know may not need anything that you've got, but you want them to know that you exist and that you're in business to service certain needs, and you want them to remember it. Second thing you do is do almost the same thing out over your current social media channels to the people that you know there as well. There's probably overlap with your email list, but do it anyway. So that could be LinkedIn, and that's Twitter, and that's Facebook and Instagram, all the channels that are important for your business. So that's reaching people you know. But the other reason you want to reach these people by whatever means, email or social media, even if they don't have need of your products and services, you want them to remember that you have these products and services so they can later refer your business to other people that they know. That's referral marketing. You want to encourage them to reach out to others. You want them to like what you're talking about. So you ask them, hey, I appreciate a like on my recent post here. You just say that. Put that in a comment in social media. You can request it in the body of your email. So get them to like it, and what happens then? That goes out to all the people that they know. Wow. The reason to reach people you know is twofold. Interest them in what you have to offer, and secondly, get them to refer you to others. That's people you know and how to handle it. The second is much harder. Reaching people you don't know. Well, wait a minute. I just got through talking about how to reach people you don't know by referral from people you do know. So we'll cover that one first. I'm not going to say it again. To reach people you don't know, you can do it through people you know by reaching those people you know through the channels that they're used to hearing from you on. So that could be email or the social media channels. So referral marketing is helping you reach people you don't know. When someone does one of these referrals, you of course thank them, but you also reach out to the person that they perhaps introduced you to and start a process of awareness with them, giving them the URL of your website and some further marketing information about what you have to offer. So you start the marketing process with these people. But the other ways to reach people you don't know is also over social media, but you're posting out generally to all of the people that you know, of course, and you're doing things that cause others to become aware. And that's the process I mentioned earlier of likes and making comments, hashtags that reach out to other people that you know. So lots of techniques for taking something that you post and causing it to be distributed out to other people that you don't know. A way to force that much more aggressively is through social media advertising and those same channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. And you pay for it, of course, costs a little bit of money, but they can be very effective in reaching hundreds of people within a few days. For example, on Facebook, you can boost one of your posts to reach out to lots of people by geography and other parameters as well. So that's reaching people you don't know. Either way, you're creating awareness in all of these people so that they go to your website and check you out, which is this next step of marketing. So the second step of marketing, I call evaluation. So you've reached out, you've caused a lot of noise, a lot of internet noise, and people come to your site to evaluate you. You've given them a value proposition and you've cited the needs you fulfill, and they're somewhat interested. They've gone to your site to see what the heck you're all about. So your site better be very informative. I'm not going to repeat what I've already said, but let them know who you are as well. So have that great About Us page where you talk. Show a video of yourself. Actually put a video of yourself right at the top of the homepage so people get to know you, the owner of the company, as well as what your company is all about. You want to pass this evaluation step, and you're going to have to do it in a matter of seconds. The mean time to leaving is somewhere in the 10 to 15 seconds. A lot of people argue that it's less. So make sure that you have a pretty sticky homepage that generates a lot of interest, so people stay there and want to know more. This step is pass-fail. If they've perused your site and checked you out and want to know more, you passed. If they leave in the 6 to 7 seconds I mentioned earlier, then you lose and they'll never be back. So it's really important that you do this well, because there's no step that it will follow for the people who left. They're gone forever. That's evaluation. It's commonly not recognized as a step in marketing, but it really is. It goes on behind the scenes, and you are prepared for it by having a great website. Then you got them. They want to know more. They've taken your call to action. In the B2C world, they've looked at your product, put it in the cart, and bought it. Paid for it with their credit card. That's qualification in the B2C world. It's pretty damn quick. You pass evaluation, and they check out what your products are, maybe do some comparisons to some others they know, but they come back and buy yours. Put it in the cart and buy it. In fact, they might put it in the cart, go back and look elsewhere, and then come back and buy it. In the B2B world, this is much more complicated and requires a lot more sophistication. you need to go through a process of qualification with them. This means that your call to action was probably having them contact you in some way, so you're going to have a conversation. This is the kind of marketing qualification that's going to take place person to person. Well, today we're on Zoom, and maybe in the near future we'll be able to go back to the coffee shops and offices. But qualification means that the conversation goes along these lines and tries to establish the following. First is, they really do have the need for what you have. And you ask them certain questions that show that, by golly, they have this need. And that this need is urgent. It's big, it's urgent. It's something they really need to solve. They're not just talking about it. They're looking for ways to provide a solution for this need. Next is, they have it in their plan to do this. Otherwise, they got a budget set aside for it. If it costs a considerable amount of money, that's usually the process. And they therefore have the money to pay for what you have to offer. And finally, they want to do it now. Not a month from now, not 6 months from now, not next year. If it's not now, this is not a qualified lead. So in these 5 questions or 5 things that you want to find out about them, they all got to be yes. If they're not yes, you're not going to cut the relationship, but you're just going to delay a while. Give them something, put them on your email newsletter list, follow them on LinkedIn or other social media platforms, stay in contact. Put a particular task in your CRM to follow up with them in 3 months, 6 months, whatever the horizon is going to be. So don't lose them and don't cut the relationship. Never do that, in fact. They may turn into a customer later. You never know. But don't spend any more time right now because they're not ready. So that's qualification. It's an important step. If you do this thoroughly, you're going to avoid disappointments and try to sell somebody who's not ready. But after you qualify the lead, then you enter into your sales process, which we'll cover at another time. That's the crux of what marketing is all about, getting a qualified lead and going ahead and starting the sales process. So there you have it. That's marketing and the 3 steps of a really great marketing strategy and the plan to implement it. At the end of it all, you have qualified leads. That's your objective. Marketing is also about brand image and overall look and feel and consistency and taglines and all that sort of stuff. All that's great. But the crux of it all is getting down into the business of getting qualified leads that you can sell to. If you don't do this, you're going to have a long road to hoe to bring in enough money to your company to pay the bills. You will run out of money if you don't have enough customers. And with that, have a good day anyway.